As we step into 2025 and step into the next chapter of this new golden age that is emerging and that we're here to play our part in, there's some heartfelt thoughts I want to share with all of you for the challenges that I've been through in the last year, and with the intention of waking up more of your transcendent ability, more of your depth of love for all the things that we all are going through in this wild and amazing life, and to wake up an even greater sense of character and of context and a perspective that allows for the energetic shift, that allows for the shifts in identity that we're all being invited into. And the last year after Jeff Parker and I separated, and especially the last 6 months after Megan and I separated, there's been some extremely deep soul searching. And some of you watching this may know, and some of you for the first time, that for the last 6 months, I've been basically on a tour of the Western United States. And now I'm centered here in Austin. And again, speaking these challenges with the intention of being seen and vulnerably sharing the mistakes that I feel like I've made and the great learning lessons that I've gone through, and waking up more of that awareness in you and more of the community that I'm here to create that's based in that beautiful hybrid between vulnerability and victoriousness and valiantly going forward into the future with a sense of peace, with an all-encompassing sense of love and appreciation for all of our human existence. And so for the parts of me that showed up out of my power, or that showed up in a way that wasn't effective or that was too harsh, this mixture of the different archetypes is something that I've been really, really deep on lately. And my deepest desire is to be in that kingly, benevolent, kingdom creating nature where I can create a space which, is AUREA, and which is, everything that I seek to create, where people can feel safe and secure and inspired and tuned in, and not alone, but rather deeply connected to all the people that are around us in both our highest aspirations, our greatest vision, our most beautiful divine confidence, and also deeply reverent of the pain and the challenges that we go through. And so my intention again in sharing this is to speak to that a bit. And later in this video, there's some very vulnerable shares regarding the breakups with Megan and Jeff, where I'm really in my process and really in a lot of tears and a lot of, deep pain over it all. And there's no victimhood in me. There's a deep knowing that it's exactly what it needed to be. And I'm exactly where I need to be, and going through exactly what I need to go through in order to become the man that I'm here to be, and to serve that kingly nature, and to really be able to rise into the version of me that I'm here to embody. And if by my struggles and failures, quote unquote, and successes, I embody something that is inspiring to you, then I'm here to do that. And again, this video is shared with that purpose. So I invite you to watch the next portions of this and feel more connected, more whole, more complete, more comfortable in all aspects of you. And if by my stumbling towards the light, I can inspire that awareness in others, then I feel like my job here on earth is being done. And I never pretend to be perfect, but I do always intend to go forward in a way that's learning and evolving and getting better every step of the way. And looking back in the last year, there's been some beautiful successes, and there's been some ways that we really missed the mark and didn't hit the goals that we were focused on. And there is a beautiful future coming, and I'm absolutely thrilled and honored to be a part of the team and the people and the visionaries and the creators and artists that are bringing forward this magnificent new world in the midst of all of the pain and craziness and political unrest and wars and violence and just madness that is alive in the world. And if you are here to be an alchemist, if you are here to bring your greatness forward through the fire, then I invite you into this video, because it's shared from the most honest place that I can muster, And I'm here to embody that as much as I can. So thank you for being along for this journey, and thank you for finding the power within yourself and the ability within yourself to love all parts of you, because that is how we find our greatness, is through loving our weak parts, our tyrannical parts, our manipulative parts, and rising up through them with nobility, with excellence. And my intention in sharing this video is to share some of those messy parts and share some of the parts of me that, that have not been fully authentic, have not been as compassionate as was being called for, or that would have really served the moment and served the creation of the organization and the vision and the community that I'm here to create. So in the following very vulnerable shares, you'll see parts of me that you haven't seen before, and that I've been too scared to share before, but that I've always wanted to share before. And striking that balance of composure and being able to hold all of me and to hold all of life in a peaceful, powerful, centered way, while still being powerfully and fully honest about the emotions that I feel and about the things I've been through. That's my highest intention in sharing this. So I hope by my example that you're able to find more of that within yourself, and that through the embodiment that I seek to be in, that you can see more of your kingly nature, you can see more of your queenly nature, more of your priestess nature, and the ability to be at peace with all of you. And that's been my journey, is to find ways of being at peace with all of me. And with that intention, I share the following, and it's my joy, it's my honor, it's my pleasure to be here before you, and I'm so incredibly grateful for the people that surround me and for you for watching this video. So without further ado, I present some very vulnerable shares with the intention of revealing more of myself, and for you to step into a 2025 and a future that is fully open to all of you and fully loving of all aspects of the journey that you've been on, in order to be in the most powerful place that you can be. Thank you. This is a video that has taken me about 6 months to be able to express, and I share it with the intention of showing you who I am and inspiring others who have gone through major life transitions, in an attempt to be in the fullness of who I am, and for you to see more of who I am, and for you to see similarities in your trials and tribulations, and to find more hope, more confidence, more clarity, more centeredness in who you are. And I hope that through my challenges with authenticity and relationships and coming from a healthy place will be additive to your world. That's my intention. So, my name is Jackson Strong, and about 6 months ago, I went through a breakup with someone that I loved very, very much. And I just got off a phone call with her, and we've spoken about half a dozen times over the last 6 months. And this was a deep conversation of really deep closure, and speaking to the things that we knew were misaligned from the beginning, that I knew was misaligned from the beginning, but I loved her so much that I couldn't speak some of the things that were real for me, and really setting the boundaries and desires and the frame that I knew was really right for me, because there was so much that was embodied in her that was so beautiful and so good, and I didn't have the strength to risk not being with her. And so for 2 years we had an amazing relationship, but ultimately it was on shaky ground, and at time we couldn't stand on it anymore, because some really foundational things in the way that we see the world and life aren't similar enough.
And so the tragic truth of that is that we had to separate. And so while we're fierce allies of each other and there's still so much love and it was a beautiful conversation, we both graduated from each other. And that's a beautiful thing. And it's a really hard thing. And my life has been a journey of authenticity in work, in relationships, with friends, with business partners, with lovers. And it also feels right to speak to another relationship that ended in many ways. And that was my relationship with Jeff Parker, my co-founder with AUREA and with Pursuit of Kings. And in many, many ways, we had a really beautiful relationship. And we created some really beautiful things together. And in a lot of ways, I miss him. And in a lot of ways, we didn't work. We're very different also. We're very, very different. And there can be a harshness in me. You know, I'm here to combine all my aspects into a kingly, benevolent, kind, compassionate, powerful place. And there's parts of me that are tyrannical. I know I have shadow aspects. And I admit that with Jeff, some of those things came out. And I was harsh at times. And Jeff's a beautiful person. And, you know, in ways, people that I worked with in the past and other men I've been around, like we could get into that, like really, like, fuck you, let's do this place. But it doesn't work for everyone. And I don't judge them for it. And so I love you, Megan. I love you, Jeff. And I'm sorry for the ways I didn't know how to navigate myself. I'm sorry for the ways I didn't know how to express myself. I'm sorry for the chaos and the pain that I caused. And I hope it all feels worth it. I hope it all feels right. And I know that we awakened each other in a lot of ways and we activated each other in a lot of ways. And I can see all that and I can embrace all that. And so through these breakdowns and breakups and breakthroughs, I can see how the things I went through in my youth and the patterns I'm here to change in my family and the patterns I'm here to change in the world, there was no other crucible that I could have experienced except those. There was no other way for me to burn out the parts of me that aren't in the vibration and in the essence I desire to be in. And to be in that Christ consciousness state is where I seek to come from, and to ally myself with and unite myself with the spirit of the Christ, Yeshua, Jesus, and my masculine. That's where I seek to be. And in my feminine side, Mary Magdalene is my most centered guide, and everything else I'm trying to figure out. And I try to pull the best parts out of the Bible, and I try to pull the best parts out of Sophia and the Gnostic texts and all the crazy Anunnaki stuff and all this magnificent, crazy history that's coming to life right now from ancient civilizations in Atlantis and Egypt and Lemuria and all these crazy parts and pieces that are simultaneously fantastical and delusional and simultaneously real and factual. And if you're on that journey, I'm here to figure it out with you and see how we tap into the truly most aligned essence of the Creator and how we bring that vision to life and how we truly are servants of the light without agenda or alignment to mischievous spirits or lesser aspects of our egos. And if that's the journey that you want to be on, if you really want to bring your whole heart and soul to the world, if you really want to be a servant of the light, be a peaceful warrior of the light, be a king or a priestess in your purpose, I'm here to do every single fucking thing I possibly can to embody that within myself and embody that in the world. And if by my fucked up, stumbling, bumbling, broken toes and broken knuckles, I'm here to stumble towards the light. And as battered and bloody and foolish as I am, and all the mistakes I've made and the promises I didn't fulfill and the hopes I wasn't able to execute on, I hope you can see that I'll never ever quit, I'll never ever surrender, and I'll always try to show up better next time. And so I thank anyone watching this who knows me, who's part of AUREA or is just watching this. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for seeing me in ways that I oftentimes struggle to see me. And as much as I'm here for the great awakening, the great remembrance, the golden age, a lot of my motivation to create this comes from the fact that there's an ocean of pain in me. And there's an ocean of anxiety and self-loathing and depression and worthlessness and all those shadow aspects of resistance. And I don't know if it's the devil. I don't know if it's Satan. I don't know if it's just aspects of the ego and the shadows that exist in the totality of whatever we are as godlike fractals of the universe. But I'm here to alchemize it all. I'm here to love it all. And I'm here to invite others into that same experience. I'm here to invite you into that same experience, where you can love all of you, and you can align to your highest purpose, and you can bring your whole fucking heart and soul to the world, and you can confront the bullshit, and we can look at the disasters that are going around the world. We look at the wars and the corruption and the fucking fucked up religious institutions, from Zionism to the worst parts of Islam, to the worst parts of Christianity, to the worst parts of every religious faith that's divisive and cruel and self-serving and racist and divisive. That's not what the great sages and saints have been saying. That's not what Christ was saying. And if you think that you're better than anyone, you're fucking wrong. And if I think I'm better than anyone, I'm fucking wrong. I'm simultaneously here to be in the absolute infinite humility as I possibly can, and to receive the highest light and power as I possibly can. And if I can unite those two essences here, and I can see how my human side is just as fucked up and foolish and fearful as anyone, and if I can be the chief of the sinners, then I'm that. And if I can align to the King of Kings, and I can allow my mind and my heart to open to that essence and that spirit and that wisdom and that knowing, that I'm here for that, and I am that, and we're all of that. We're all of what is. All of our shadows, all of our light, all of our pain, all of our power. We're all of it. There's no other. There's no outside. And to the extent that we make others wrong, or we project our faults and failures onto others, whether they're human beings or whether they're spirits, we say that it's the devil made me do it, or this or that. We're in victimhood. And I don't pretend to know all the answers, but I know that. I know we're here to rise into our hero's journeys. I know we're here to rise into our kinghood. I know we're here to rise into our priestessness and embody those energies and express them and serve the Most High Creator God, Spirit of the universe, and the infinite wisdom and love that it embodies. And I'm here to figure it out one crazy step at a time. And I'm glad that you're on this journey with me. And I'm here to do whatever I possibly can to find the truth within myself and help others find the truth and the remembrance of who they are and what life is and how we align to our greatest passion and purpose. So thank you for being, thank you for volunteering once more to come into Earth World and to be in this school and to say fuck yes to life and to wake up every day and feel like it's a worthy journey, to feel like there's an inherent goodness to this adventure, and to know that the fear is always going to be counterbalanced by the faith, and there's always going to be an overcoming force within us. There's always going to be a blessing that supports us. And if there's any legacy I want to leave, it's that I remembered how to do that. And that despite all my faults and failures, I remembered and I helped remind others. And I was able to alchemize a vast amount of generational, collective karma and trauma and negative patterns, and to find a way to align to the truth of who I am and the truth of what the divine wants from me. So yeah, that's what I'm here for. And if that resonates with you, then let's connect. I'm here to serve. So thank you. And I love you. Agape.